And this thing's massive. This holds 60,900 between the two. That's a lot of slurry. Like that's a lot of slurry. So honestly, it turns pretty good too. It doesn't like the hill down there, but what does, you know? Just saying. You edited to Oxbow to hold 250,000. That's funny. That would be great for you then, yeah? That sure would be. Because I was just going to use, since this wasn't, I couldn't get it to work at first, I was just going to use the Oxbow as another transport. You know, 26 miles an hour, it's got a decent sized tank. Why not? But, I'm glad it's working out here in the field. This is pretty awesome. And honestly, the annoying part of slurry is constantly having to go refill. Well, with having 60,000 liters capacity, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. And the whole thing about the slurry is this is not, I want to get to the point where slurry is not something I'm doing every year because it is kind of a annoying, slower process. I would like to put in a storage tank eventually for slurry over at the pigs there or somewhere on the map. It doesn't have to be at the pigs, honestly, because I can always haul to it. But basically store up slurry and then haul out once every couple of years. Honestly, maybe in this corner we make this our slurry, because I don't really want to clutter up that yard too much over by the pigs. I might put more bale storage in, depending on how hungry the cows get and stuff. But like, I could see using this corner. I own it now. But you know, you got to put your slurry tank right by town so everybody smells it, you know. That would be kind of cool though. Yeah. You were using it on Judith? Oh, it makes sense then, yeah. Definitely makes sense. But yeah, if it's not something I have to do every year, and you know, I could put up a decent amount of storage. Because, let's see, silo, this one holds 500,000, which is not a lot, but you go over to the extension. That holds 2.6, so we'd have 3.1 million liters of, holding capacity. That should get us through a couple of in-game years, I would assume. So that'd be cool. And then just like go crazy spreading after that, you know? See? The wrong button. So that would be the idea. My like ideal situation would be store it up for a couple years and then spread it once or whatever, you know, just so you're not having to do it all the time. Because as you can tell, it's going to be a time consuming. Oh, it switched over. I didn't even have to hit anything, by the way. Or did it run out at the end of the pass? Maybe. No, I don't know when it switched. I wasn't paying close attention to it, but yeah. So I think that'd be cool. And kind of the same thing with manure too, although I'm not really sold on the whole manure thing yet. I don't really want to have to give the animals straw all the time. I mean, I know I have a whole building full of straw sitting over there right now, but we'll see. Again, I don't want to clutter up that over there too much, but that's all right for now. I could also start making TMR using that straw. So maybe I put up another building for hay bales. We could do hay if we wanted to. Get the Oxbow merger, do some hay. I don't know. We'll see where the wind will take us. Hopefully the wind's going away from town right now. That's all I know. I will be working this in too, by the way. I will be using the this field will get landlocked eventually. I'll probably lime it first though. Honestly, that way when I'm planting, I don't have to stare at the line. Because I'm not a huge fan of that, so. But actually, and of course, I know I'm not putting down a ton of nitrogen right now, but we're doing a decent, this is a decent amount on one fill up. Of course, it holds 60,000, so. That's pretty good. We only had like 300 and something thousand anyway. There's 147 over there still. So we actually, yeah, we're doing pretty good. I could always turn the rate up a little bit on this too. It never goes away from town, right? I could turn the rate up just a hair on this to use more. I mean, right now it's set to auto, but I'd crank it up. Feed animals this straw, it's gonna taste awful. Oh, this is being sold now. I am picking it up though. But it's being sold currently. Oh wait, can I not take that off auto? I guess I can't. What's the button? Isn't there a button to double the rate? Oh god, don't put this thing down in the ditch. Don't do it. It's the smell of money. Yeah, it's the same button as that, probably. Yeah. Okay, so that mod's conflicting, I think, with that. Oh, turn it on. The axle lock, wait, hold on. We got out of sync here. Okay, so they both have to be turned on for the record, too. Okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Smell. Oh, chicken coops? Yeah. Yeah, Big Bird, the problem that I'm having right now is I have that axle locking mod, and they're the same button, and it's conflicting with it. Right now. Uses a ton of slurry. I could see that, yeah. Wife's uncle has a big slurry business. Oh boy. That's fun. That's fun. Chicken manure, if it gets wet, is, oh my god, it's awful. I've never really been like close to hog manure, but wet chicken manure, oh my goodness. We used to get chicken manure from a place, and sometimes, well, at first we would just take it to the farm and dump it, and then it would get rained on, and we learned that was bad. So if we weren't quite ready for it, in the garden back in the day, we would actually just take our trailer and not dump it, but back it in our building, the old grain bin, or not grain, the old combine shed. We'd just back it right in there. And the one time we did that, and there must have been a little bit of moisture in that stuff when we got it. And we opened that combine shed up, and it's like, oh my god, our eyes were burning. Like, it was an experience. We'll just put it that way. It was bad. Interesting. We used a product here at the house once. It's called Malargnite. It's actually made in the city of is it Detroit or Wisconsin? Something in I think it's Detroit. But it's literally made from human waste. Okay, and it's all like tested and sterilized and all that good stuff, right? But it is literally human waste. And we spread that on our yard one time here at the house. And for like the next, I don't know, 3 or 4 months, every time it would rain, it smelled like a sewer in my front yard. It was awful. Absolutely awful. I don't know. Well, I might use it again. Maybe over by Mr. Wonderful's house. But it smelled like a straight up sewer in my front yard for months after that. Boy, our grass looked good though, man. It was nice and green and healthy and growing, and oh man, it was great. But golly, did it stink. It had an aroma to it like you wouldn't believe. It was not okay. So yeah, it was definitely not okay. Oh wait, we got it, chat. Hold on. All right, so we need to go like way up here, right? Chat, where are we applying this to? Is that actually changing it? It is. Look how fast that's going down. Hold on, we don't want to apply that much. I don't know where corn needs like a lot, right? But that is going to chew through the fertilizer though. Corn's like a lot. So apparently if you switch to the applicator, because there's no axle to lock, it works. That's like, that's a fair bit right there. Maybe we bring it down to like 130. We're putting on 130 over what's on the soil. I mean, if nothing else, this is a good way to use it, right? We're definitely using it up right now. So that's okay. Because corn's like, what, 200-ish? Depends on your soil. It's not bad. Watch us get, like, massively penalized on this field when we go after we harvest corn. It's gonna be like, nope, you messed up. You done messed up, boy. Oh, boy. They used it to fertilize cow field. Oh, wow. Interesting. Used to be a big thing here where they took the sludge from the sewage treatment plants. They used to dump that on farms fields and spread it out, let it dry and spread it. They used to do that a lot here, but that's like a no-no now. You can't do that. You can't do that. Not anymore. You set it at 145. Are you using precision, Big Mert? Because my thing is I just don't want to over apply and get nailed on precision. So we'll try 130 is where I have it set to right now. And it's definitely going through it a lot faster. Now I definitely did over apply there. That's 205. I mean, honestly though, here, this is a cornfield right here. And of course it depends on your soil type. Yeah, 200. So 160, again, depends on soil. 120. So, I mean, if I'm putting down 130, I should be safe to do that. Because I don't want to go above, like the worst soil, right? So yeah. Yeah, okay. So this is a perfect example of why this is good. So this is going to 120. So as long as I don't go past, I mean, I'm only getting 60 there. So that's probably fine, right? Let's go refill. We're right here. They do it before traffic. I gotcha. Yeah, no, they won't let them do it anymore for like health reasons and stuff, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, they don't. It was done on our fields back in the day. When I think Zach's family was farming it then. They had it done. It was the popular thing to do, man. People loved it. It grew really good corn afterwards. The corn was great. But yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna stay at 130 for now, because if nothing else, that uses an awful lot. And if I'm gonna run it this high of a rate, I think I need more hauling capabilities too. So it might be better to run at a lower rate just with the hauling capabilities that I have right now. Or maybe turn it up just a hair from where it was. That way, ideally, when they come back, I want there to be enough room in that bin where they can both unload and go. That's like the ideal situation here. But yeah. This is pretty awesome. I mean, it's working. We're definitely making it work. So if we turn that down, maybe we go down to like a 100. Just to not use quite as much. So that the hauling actually has a chance to maybe catch up. It probably still won't, though, honestly. The other thing is we're doing science, and we're like not our farthest field away, but we're the second farthest field away from where we're trying to haul from, you know. Which again would actually be nice if I put tanks here next to town. That would really help field 3. It would help field 4, 5, 6, 7. All these over here would be closer. That'll give us plenty of places to spread. That would be closer to our pond. Yeah, I like that idea. And then, like, whenever I fast time a decent amount, I just set one wagon or one tanker hauling from the animals. Shoot, I could even set that up in folder mode. I could do that. Yeah.
bbears0313 cheered x100, 2 goat center. 1 goat leaves. It's the goat Thunderdome.
I don't know that any goats left last night, Bear. Appreciate the bits, though. How's it going? What's poppin'? What are you talking about? Oh, never mind. Never mind. I get it now. Nobody's goat time for that post office. Okay. I thought you were referring to what we did yesterday on Minecraft. There's that too. That was wild. That was fun. I enjoyed. I kind of like snuck in on the adventure that was already going on, but like whatever. I kind of invited myself to that adventure. Not the first time. Won't be the last either. It's like, but guys, I want to go fly to a faraway land and mess with goats in Minecraft. Obviously. Obviously. All right, let's go. I really thought this applicator was bigger, though. In the shop, the thing looks like a monster, and you put it behind this oxbow, it looks like a toy. Now, granted, the oxbow is huge. I do realize that, but still. Just saying. GPS, and let's go. It is kind of a nice, like, you know, waterfall behind there. Honestly. Kind of nice. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of stuff in Minecraft these days, Big Mary. There's stuff in there I don't even know that's in there. Which, that's not a surprise. I'm not a Minecraft expert. Goats, they're like mountain goats. They can only be found in, like, really, a certain mountain snow biome, I believe. And, if they get mad at you for existing, basically, they get mad at you and they'll go to ram you. And when they ram you, if they hit a wall just right, their horns pop off. And then they become those stupid, annoying horns that we run around playing all the time. That's what those are. Those are the mountain goats. Billy goat, whatever you want to call them. That's what that's from, though. They're annoying, but they're funny. So it's all good. That worked earlier where I could fill both at the same time. Now I can't. I don't know why. But that's okay. Now, chat, just imagine we had pumps and hoses and I could pull the hose out behind me too, you know? I think we need to start a campaign to bring pumps and hoses back, chat. Hashtag bring it back. And let the modders mess with it. Make it where modders have access to it. Just saying, because that would be sick. That would be awesome. So if nothing else, what I'm doing right now is just making the nitrogen map look awful. But when I come in here with a sprayer after my corn's up, it'll be fine. It'll be just fine. Actually, do we have how much is left, chat? 100,000. Okay. It's not that much. We have another oh, look at this guy dumping out his little side door. Huh. That's kind of funny. I don't think I've ever seen that tractor actually do that before. And yes, I will put these, well, I'm not done with the grain carts, but I will put them away eventually. Eventually. We got a little upset. A little upset. Right. That guy gets paid by the hour, not the load, probably. Slacker that he is, right? Oh, look at this. There's slurry sitting in this thing even. Wow. That's probably really rank by now. It's been sitting in there a couple in-game years, I do believe. That's probably like fermented by now. Oh, that's nasty. Alright, so we should have had him going from the beginning. From the beginning, but that's okay. We got him going now, that's what matters. Alright. Boogity, 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 let's go. All those tires on that applicator, you feel it when you go to turn. There's a lot of tires there to turn. Now the front and rear axle steer, so assuming it's unlocked, it actually might be locked right now. I need to unlock it. But yeah, it's pretty nice. And I think the Oxbow has some steering too on the rear axle of the Oxbow. I think. I really like the Oxbow. It's a little bright, but other than that, I like it. I like it. Doesn't get dirty nearly as fast as the manure spreader, apparently. Like the tires are dang near clean on the Oxbow. That's crazy. Okay, they're definitely steering, and actually both axles on the Oxbow steer. Dang. I didn't realize that. That's why that thing can turn on a dime. Makes sense now. Definitely makes sense. Alright, so hopefully now with 3 wagons running, although we are going to run out, but you know, they'll get a little... pep in their step with 3. That's good. A semi-trailer would be nice, I guess, too, right? Might invest a little more in our slurry endeavors. To be honest, it's not making us that much money by using slurry. Like, liquid fertilizer is not that expensive, realistically, but it's one of those things that I normally don't mess with. And since I'm about doing things I normally don't do in this game, why not? Why not use it up? I could just send it all to the biogas plant, make my $4 on it. I could just leave it in the cow barn, in the pig barn, and I mean, it doesn't really matter that much. It does matter a little bit, but not that much, so. But it's something different. And sometimes being different is okay. There's something like that. Something like that. But at least we're going to do all of this field. I mean, I got some more down there to do, but we're basically going to do this entire field off of what we had. And we really didn't have that much because I did send a bunch to the biogas plant the other day to get rid of it. I'm not worried about coming in here and like cleaning up all the end rows and stuff. I can use the sprayer for that later, but might as well do the bulk of the field anyway. We should have slurry coming back here soon. There's one. Nice. Very, very nice. Dang it. Chat, my voice is going. Ever since I got freezer burn that time, I feel like my voice goes out faster than it used to. Just saying. So my Saturday streams are kind of rough. It's a lot. But that's okay. We will make it through. I'll make it. I'll make it. All right, we only have 2,000, so we might as well drive down yonder. Oh yeah, it has this thing too. Which is funny, they put that in the game. Absolutely doesn't do anything. Like, it's purely decoration. I think I'm gonna have to move that bin here in a minute. That there loading wagon comes whipping through here. Wow. I think it's supposed to be for like filling out of that bin. You would drive up and like plunk. But yeah, it doesn't actually do anything. It's there in case I hit high water. I guess I can still breathe. Got a snorkel. All right, tank number 2. Let's go. So we are filling and emptying the tank at the same time here. Where's our other tanker at? He's on his way. Okay. Might as well wait for him too. While we're at it, I'm not full. Where's he at? Is that him? That is him. Okay, another 18,000 liters. So, I mean, hey, 18,000 is 18,000. It's 18,000 more than I have, so might as well wait for it. I do need a semi-tank, though. That would be the best. I still don't know about this guy, but if it pops up on sale, I'd like to try it. Holds 39,000 liters, and it's like the longest trailer ever. So, only holds 9,000 more than this one. That's all right. from it and start over. That's probably it. There we go. Had to kind of reset it, if you will. Feel like the capacity should be bigger. Oh, yeah. Well, I assume it lines up with like what it would be in real life. I guess. I don't know how that works, you know. All right, let's go up north. We'll finish off up there, and then we'll head south. Do this southern edge. Meanwhile, straw collection is still going on and will be for a while. Although this field's actually not far from being done. I don't know about the other field, but this one's not terribly far from being done. So that's good. All right, buddy. Turning kind of early there, actually. But yeah, we'll get this done, and then we can go south and do a little there. Or I could just jump into field 3, start working on that. I believe we are gonna. Okay, so next time they go around, we'll be out. We'll be out. Yeah, nothing at the fuzzy. Nothing at the fuzzy cows, and then yeah, they're gonna be out. I got 55 left now, so we'll have to watch them and send them when they get done there. So no big deal. That wasn't bad. We're gonna knock off a bunch of, I mean, some fertilizer cost. Obviously, fertilizer's not that bad, but you know, it's something different to do. So there's that. Not a big deal. And it actually works quite well in this oxbow. I'm kind of surprised, honestly. Took a little, you know, finagling to get it to work, but we got it. So does the other one, does the small one have the same? Oh, it does have the same applicator. Okay. All right. So that one holds 21,000 and this one holds 35,000. 16 meters wide. They're both the same 16. Okay. Supposedly it takes 350 horsepower. Well, good thing I have 550. 32. Is that that is the biggest one. Okay. So that holds 32. Okay, 25. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, we'll finish the corner. No skippers. I'm not being very precise with this, and I understand. I know. It doesn't matter. Just for the record. Does not matter at all. This is literally just using it up to use it up. That's the only reason I'm doing this. It's that or we sell it and make $4, you know? So, doesn't matter. You pull it with 235 with no problems? That's funny. I mean, I could see it, I guess. Downhill in the snow. I could definitely see it. Oh, chat, what's in the backyard? Oh. I guess nothing. Something triggered the snow cam to light up. I don't know what it was. Could have been a rabbit. I need to look. I haven't checked like if we've gotten any wildlife back there in a while. Any more raccoons or giant possums or it's the other thing I got that time was coyotes. I got 2 coyotes back there once. I haven't looked lately. Those two raccoons were the two coyotes were the craziest one. We don't really see a lot of coyotes around here. Raccoons and possums all the time, you know. Cats. There's a lot of cats running around my neighborhood apparently. Shouldn't say a lot. There's like 3. Yeah, there's a couple. I think I got a clip of a skunk one time. Good old Pepe Le Pew hanging out. I think he ran through the Christmas display. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure he did. But, you know, it happens, right? Definitely happens. Just gotta start it off for that a little bit. I'm not worried about that little smidge. Not a big deal. You kind of have to, like, not do this while you're turning. I mean, it works, but corner skippers, I feel like, could be a thing. Definitely be a thing. Well, here comes the slurry tank back. Why is he going so slow there? Wait, what? Oh, that's how they get in the field. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. You know, really, they should stay... Hold on. You would think they would go the other way, but I guess because this is technically a more direct route, I kind of would want them to go, like, in town, drop south, come on the into the field right there. That would almost make more sense for where they're going, but I guess this works too. This way, or if they went the other way, they wouldn't have to drive along the field. They could just come down this road and hit here and go right there. I'd have to make that whole thing a secondary route, which, whatever, doesn't matter that much. It's fine. All right, let's finish this field. Except for where we were messing with the rate. It's fine. Rats. But hey, we got more slurry, so that's good. Waiting for us. Come on, Oxbow, turn. Buddy, turn. Alright, so we'll have 2 tanks worth waiting for us. The other tank should be... Or is the other tank the one that's full? Or empty? It is, okay. Alright, you got 72%. Oh, I left that turned on. That's not good. Oh, no. See, that's what's weird about precision, too. It didn't over-apply in that spot. Is that because I have that turned off in the... For, like, the spreaders, maybe? But it doesn't over-apply, but it keeps using. Actually, I guess it did over-apply a little bit. That's not... Yeah. But, like, it doesn't, it should just either stop using or grossly over-fertilize the, field. But sadly, it doesn't do that. And that could be because I have this, the thing turned off for spreaders, but I'm not totally sure on that. Not sure. Yo, Miss Walker, what's going on? How are you? It has been a while. Hope everybody's doing good. Scoot, little Scoot. You? Hope y'all are doing well. Let's pop it. Right, so we are empty at bin again. Never enough slurry, y'all. Realistically, what do I need? Like 5 running to maybe keep up actual, like for reals. I'm not sure. It'd be a lot. Started a new job. I gotcha. That's good. Hope you're liking it. Hope it's working out for you. It's always fun, I guess, right? All right. That is done. So we just did that whole field. That really didn't take us that long. What was that, about, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes maybe? That's not bad. It's not bad at all. So we're only going to have a little bit more slurry. So I'm just going to run over here and run out what I have. And little Scoot goes with you. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So actually, we may not even let that other tank go to the bin. There's kind of no reason to let him go to the bin. So where is the other tank, though? Target has been acquired. Wait. Am I transferring right now? I think I'm transferring from the tank back. Something's going on here. Oh, man. Coming home with a headache every night. No, you're not supposed to do that. That's not good for you. That's not good. Right, so let's park this here. Would I consider this manure spread over a sprayer? So I'm running a two pass approach, if that makes sense. So I'm basically just using slurry to use slurry right now. And then I'll come back after the corn is up that I'm going to plant here. And I will finish the fields with liquid spray from like the shop, nitrogen, you know? So yeah. Are you working at daycare? You're blaming the kids? Well, okay, that tracks. That makes sense. But basically I'm using slurry just to use slurry. Basically to get rid of it. It's really not worth any money on this particular map. Like, yeah, I can haul it to the biogas plant, but without buying the biogas plant, slurry really is worth like nothing. I mean, it's worth a few dollars, don't get me wrong, but basically nothing. And so instead of doing that, you know, normally I don't mess with slurry at all, but I'm doing things different on this map, so this is definitely different. So that's kind of the reason. Definitely different, you know. But that's okay, because different can be good. Right? Can we tell me there's no room, buddy? There's plenty of room. Come on now. I just want to empty that applicator up, that other tank. Apparently, it's not gonna let me. Okay. So especially on this field, because this is the last of the slurry now. This is it. I have no more slurry. And so I'm basically just gonna like just drive randomly until I'm empty. Like it doesn't matter where I go. Does not matter at all. I'm gonna go till I'm, you know, if I 50% turn around. Does not matter. But that's okay. Yeah, so the way that I've found to get precision score for nitrogen topped out is after this thing does not like this hill. I don't plant with fertilizer. I don't do that. So what I do is when the crop is in what I call the first day, so like the first day out of the ground, you turn your crop sensors on with precision, right? You turn those sensors on, and I run fertilizer sprayers. I spray. Every field gets sprayed with fertilizer after it's growing the first day. So what I'm doing right now is basically I'm using up nitrogen or using up slurry just because I have it. So yeah, this field looks awful. I was also adjusting the rate throughout this field just because I could. I was messing with it. And yeah, I'm just using it up to use it up. So as long as I don't apply more than corn needs, which corn needs a lot, and I know I'm going to plant corn here, so I would only spread slurry on a field that I know I'm going to plant a crop that needs a lot of nitrogen. Corn, wheat, barley, stuff like that. I think oats use a fair bit. So that's the only reason I'm even doing this, is because I know I'm going to plant corn out here. Corn eats through a lot of nitrogen. And yeah, so the slurry is not something that I do every in-game year either, because I don't have that much. I'm actually, at some point, I want to put in some holding tanks and kind of stockpile my slurry, and then, you know, 1 year do a lot of slurry, and then not do slurry for a couple years and then do a lot. Right now I have some pigs that give me slurry, and I also have, I had other cows, but I traded them out for fuzzy cows today. So I'm going to have beef cows and pigs, and I'm not doing everything for them right now. The beef cows, I'm basically only giving them corn, or sorry, the pigs, only giving them corn, and the cows I haven't fed yet. I bought them earlier today. I will only be giving them silage. So kind of doing animals in a weird way too. If that makes sense. Like, I'm kind of doing stuff different this time. So no TMR, no pig food, corn, and silage. So yeah, Snowboard King, what's going on, man? How you doing today? Welcome in. What's poppin'? Hope you're doing well. But yeah, so I'm doing some different stuff on here just because the end result is the same. We're maxing out our nitrogen score with precision. It's kind of one of those things, there's more than one way to count to 10. And that's what I'm doing. So, you know, Snowboard King, glad to hear it. Words are not difficult, I promise. Okay, maybe they are. I appreciate the follow. What's up? Oh, man. All right, you go to there. Let me grab this guy. I put a ping on the homestead, too. I didn't really mean to, but it's fine. All right, and we're doing used equipment only on this map. I do have the mod that gives me a lot more used equipment, but all this was used, and so there's kind of a mishmash of equipment on here, and that's why. So, and we're also not doing any John Deere unless I have to like buy, or not buy, unless I had to lease a cotton harvester, so I had to go with the case. Because I'm doing no John Deere, no case, and basically no New Holland, because that's basically a case. So I've got a lot of rules on this playthrough. It's pretty fun so far. I've been enjoying it. It's definitely a little bit different for how I normally play, but there's nothing wrong with being different. And honestly, when you play every map exactly the same way, it kind of gets boring. Kind of get tired of playing, but when you change things up a little bit, it's kind of fun. It's kind of enjoyable. So there's that. So we are officially out of slurry. There's no slurry on the map now. Or basically out of slurry. There might be a smidge, but the applicator's empty, the tanks are empty, and the field bin's empty. So we are out of slurry. All right. Has playing the sim helped with IRL farming? I don't farm in real life. I don't know. No, this is my job. I don't farm in real life. I grew up around a farm, and I go to a place that I call the farm. But that's the farm my dad grew up on, and we piddle around. We don't we grow about an acre of pumpkins. That's as close to like farming as we do these days. But no, we don't farm in real life. I wish I did, but it just wasn't in the cards. Didn't work out. I mean, I could always go get a job with a farmer if I had to someday, but for now, this is what I do. Maybe someday I'll, go get a job with a farmer. I could see doing that. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, everybody pretty much assumes that I'm a farmer in real life because I talk about the farm. Yeah. But no, it's, we've got a couple buildings and, like I said, we grow about an acre of pumpkins every year. Which is pretty cool. We have a big party in, October and we invite a bunch of friends and family and stuff down and we give away all of our pumpkins to those people. It's pretty cool. So yeah. Yep, Iowa Plains views the map. Chat, I'm running out of shed space. I don't want to put this in my main homestead. That shed's actually getting kind of full when everything's in there, so maybe we'll just back this rig in here. We're gonna leave it outside so when it rains it'll wash off all the poo. We'll let the calves smell their own, you know. Yeah, we'll just leave this here. This is fine. But anyway, yeah, I do talk about the farm a lot. Again, not a real working farm. I mean, there's farmland around us that's farmed by real farmers, but it's kind of interesting. We sit about a mile or so off of pavement and surrounded by farmland. So it's kind of nice. We're like our own little island out in the middle of nowhere. So we always used to have big 4th of July parties when I was a lot younger, and we've since stopped doing that. But back in the day, those were a lot of fun. Only sent we had a bad run there for a while. There was like 2 people in 2 years that had to go to ERs from that party, so we kind of stopped. Only one was firework related, for the record. And it wasn't even that. It was a piece of ash in an eye. Is the reason somebody had to go to the hospital that time. They were staring up watching the fireworks that got hit in the eye. So after that, they started wearing safety glasses. Well, apparently though, so fun story. I was, I had to take somebody to the ER. That was just for reasons, right? And they were actually having an allergic reaction. Okay. And so a couple of us went with that person. We, took them to the hospital, went flying into town, whatever. And we're there dealing with that. Well, as they say, the show must go on, right? And so apparently, and I wasn't there, apparently the family was like, yeah, we're just going to keep doing fireworks. So they kept doing fireworks, which, okay, fine, whatever. So apparently they lit some kind of like boxed firework of some kind, multi-shot, kind of little brick thing, if you will. And apparently it tipped over. And the only thing that I heard about, well, first off, Dad was very angry that it happened, but because if I was lighting fireworks, you take cinder blocks out and you wedge those things carefully. You don't want to like put too much pressure on them, but you wedge them kind of between cinder blocks so they can't fall over. Well, apparently somebody lit the thing and it fell over, and apparently, and it's what happened. It started shooting inside of our shed. And like nearly missing the 995 and nearly missing gas cans. There were fireworks blowing up inside of our shed. Not a good idea, for the record. Not a good idea. So thankfully it didn't burn the shed down. But after that, it's like, okay, we got to quit doing this. Or, you know, people that are doing this need to pull their head out of their backside and do it safer. Can you get this map on Xbox? Yes. Yeah, so we're sitting in the ER, and then, yeah, we get the phone call. We almost blew the shed up. It's like, you idiots. Actually, I don't think I knew about it till later that night. Yeah, we were a little busy at the ER, you know, taking care of a person. We'll just leave it at that. I'm not gonna tell you who it was, but yeah, a person. It was wild night, chat. Well, let me tell you. Oh man. Come to find out, what did they actually say it was? Was it, did I park that grain cart? I did park that grain cart, okay. I think, so, the person wanted to try to blame it on the farm, is why they had an allergic reaction. They wanted to blame it on Kentucky bluegrass. Okay, but like they had been to the farm a couple days like before that and stuff, like this particular person, right? They had been to the farm before that. But what I think it actually was my one brother, you know, he married my sister-in-law's from Maryland. And so at like special occasions and stuff, and they still do this, he flies it, he like orders online Maryland blue crab. So we had Maryland blue crab at the farm that day for our 4th of July party, and somebody ate them and then got sick and had allergic reaction to it. So yeah, your sister lit a bottle rocket, it flew in the house and almost burned the house down. Brother, that's not good. No fighting, nobody gets hurt. Yeah. We used to do the whole like bottle rocket war and stuff, but then like what stopped us from doing that was my brother was shooting bottle rockets at me one day, and which is a weird thing to even say. He was shooting bottle rockets at me, and one blew up like right next to my ear, and like I couldn't hear anything for a little bit. Like it, the ringing. I mean, I've had, yeah, probably why I have tinnitus today. Like that was kind of the end of that, because I came unglued on him. Well, obviously you can't aim where the. I mean, you kind of can, but like, you know, I was not happy. So after that, it's like, yeah, this is dumb. Let's never do this again. The fireworks are dangerous, man. You got to respect them things. And if you don't, you're going to get hurt. Like, that's really all there is to it. If you don't respect them, you will get hurt. Just saying. Sticks to Roman candles. We never shot Roman candles at each other. To be honest, we really didn't do that much of the firework of the bottle rocket fights, because mom would not, she would not have had it if she was around. That one time she wasn't at the farm. Some like random Sunday when we had a bunch of bottle rockets. So, what mom didn't know didn't hurt her. It hurt us when she found out. But it didn't hurt her. She wasn't happy when she found out. So. Although one of the craziest stories, and it was one of those, like, I don't know how we didn't have real issues. We got lucky. We used to, way back in the day, we had our farmhouse at the farm, obviously. And where you would go into the side of the house, which there was a nice patio and stuff there. So that's usually where we had our parties. And then there was like a step up and kind of like a little porch, a little concrete porch. And then you'd go up another step into the house. Well, for some reason, when we started having 4th of July parties down there, we would keep all of our fireworks on that little covered, it was almost like a little porch, but it was covered, right? Had a roof over it. But we would keep all of our fireworks there. And then that one time somebody lit something and it flew in there. And it did set off a couple other things. Somehow it didn't burn the house down. Yeah. SOS pads on a hanger and make a big fireball. Ooh. I think I saw something on TikTok like that the other day. They shoved a bunch of like SOS pads or something like on a rim on a car, and then they were doing donuts and it was flying up. It was cool looking. Yeah, that was really neat looking. But yeah, we used to do all kinds of dumb stuff at the farm, but like, yeah, once people start having to go to the hospital, it's like, all right, it's time to stop. It's time to stop, you know? It really is. Quit doing that. Steel wool with a knife. Yes. Almost burnt a car. Almost lost a car because of that years ago. My brother was he was in a group back in the day that was kind of like the Boy Scouts, but it wasn't. And something came up about like survival fire starting and stuff, so he wanted to like try it at the farm. So he had steel wool and he had a 9-volt, and he went to go get in the whip with Dad, which was a Chevy Blazer at the time. And then he remembered he needed something from the house. So he just like chucked them in through the passenger window, and they landed in the seat and they touched. Dad's in the driver's seat freaking out, you know. Steel wool for mouse holes. Yeah, I've heard of that. I have heard of that too for mice. Yeah, they don't chew through the steel wool. So anyway, it started doing its, you know, steel wool 9-volt battery thing in the passenger seat of this Chevy Blazer. I think it got thrown out the window. It was sitting right in front of the house. Like they picked it up, you know. Dad wasn't too thrilled. Brother was like, well, it works. Almost burned down the Chevy Blazer. Oh man, yeah, it was a thing. That's the only choice you got. Yeah, you eat that sucker out the window, man. That is about the only choice you got. Yeah, it was funny though. Like funny, but it wasn't, you know. All at the same time. Oh, rats. Goodness me. But yeah, some good old times, you know, the good old times when you almost burned the car. That was a sweet Chevy Blazer too. That thing had a cell phone and a bag in it, you know. It did, legit. It was first vehicle, first time ever using or seeing a cell phone was in that Chevy Blazer. So yeah, not gonna hurt, but could be bad, yeah. Yeah, I don't think Dad's bosses would have been happy. That was a company vehicle Dad had at the time, was that Blazer. I don't think they would have been too thrilled with him. But yeah. That's your 08 Trailblazer, nice. This thing was like an 87 or something Blazer. And then my buddy Casey that lives next door, when he grew up, his parents had a 89. I want to say it was an 89 Blazer, and that thing was awesome. That thing was sick. It was black, and it had like really dark tint on it. That thing was awesome. That thing was a beast. Yeah, I had the crazy like 4-wheel drive shifter down on the floor. And, oh yeah. Yeah, that thing was awesome. It was a good time. All right, so chat, I'm gonna get this lime spreader going. I'm not gonna progress time, I think, between now and Saturday. All right, we'll harvest that corn on Saturday, chat. Is it a cyclone? I don't remember. I don't know. I just remember that thing being cool. And then I don't know what kind of car their dad had when we were like young. But that thing was a boat. It was like some old Buick or something. That thing was, might have been a Caddy. I don't know. That thing was like 3 miles long, man. That thing was awesome. I don't remember what it was at all though. Sadly. Anyway, I got a lot of liming to do, chat. So I'm going to start this. Of course, it's doing the 42 meter thing, right? Needs to be 15, not 42, chat. 15. Come on, turn it down now. It's the only downside to this lime spreader when you're setting it up on Courseplay. It always wants to do the width for the fertilizer, not for lime. And so you got to sit here forever and use your scroll wheel and turn it all the way down to 15. So, and most of the time you have to do it for every field too, which is great. Turbo model, basically. Oh, I don't know. I don't think it had a turbo. It was cool though. It was pretty cool. All right, let's course play this guy. This is going to take, wait for it, 31 minutes. Assuming he doesn't have to refill, which he might not, honestly. It's thing's got 18,500 capacity. And since we're only doing a maintenance pass of lime after one harvest, this is probably going to be fine to do this whole field, which is great. Just a good old maintenance pass. So I don't have any, I don't have a lot of lime to do anywhere because I haven't purchased any new fields. So it's kind of nice. But anyway, we'll harvest that corn on Saturday, chat, is what I'm thinking. And, but I'm going to try to get a bunch of the plowing and the liming all done before Saturday. So we only have the one field to lime and plow. So with that, chat, I think we're going to call it a night. I'm getting hungry and it's that time. So let's do it. Those of you watching over on YouTube, have a great rest of your day. And as always, toodles.